a lot of Green Ranger fans, obviously.
Green Ranger
Hey!
got noise in the
Oh my
wall.
God, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think that there's going to be a movie.
Very cool.
I just said that. Yeah, there is. There's going to be a movie. Saban is doing a movie, and of course JF is going to be a part of that project.
It's going to be a movie. That's awesome.
So we love him as the Green Ranger. Do you know that he's a world record breaker? Yeah. I've been referring to this like all day and yesterday too. He actually jumped out of a plane, and while he's hurtling toward the planet Earth, he decides to break not one board, not two, not three, 7 boards. Woo! That's insane, isn't that crazy?
That's pretty good.
He's here. Okay, he's here, everybody. Jason David Frank is here. I want to see a big warm Wizard World welcome for Jason David Frank.
That's certainly worked out well. I know, right?
How's everyone doing today? Good? All right. You all ready to sing the theme song? Because I got to get it on my iPad. It'll be loud though. Yes! All right, Francis, I'll take it. Okay?
Okay.
Well, we'll just sing the regular theme song. Because I don't know the other one. You know that one?
Go, power.
Go, Green Ranger. Okay, you guys got it, right? Sing it.
Tonight. Ranger, go.
Green Ranger. There you go. You ready? That sounds good. We've never done this before, so let's do it. Okay, hold on.
Go, Green Ranger, go.
Green Ranger,
Go, go.
Good idea. Good idea. Well, first of all, welcome. How's everybody doing today? Ohio.
Yeah!
I figured everybody, the crowd would be more excited in Ohio because it's like, oh, Ohio. You can't say Ohio without being like, oh, Ohio.
Let's meet you and watch the rounds.
Testing. All right. That's what Zordon does. Is like Rangers. Okay, we're on. All right. Well, welcome today, guys. Thanks for coming today. And man, I gotta tell you, the Green Ranger's been a trooper with that helmet on the whole entire time. Cold air for us. Breathing in hot air. He's probably getting dizzy in there. It's like breathing in a bag. Green Ranger, what's wrong with you? All right, we'll start with some questions and answers. Hopefully I'll have the answers. Cool.
All right, you're probably getting tired of seeing me, so I'm going to make this one quick and brief. Out of all the colors that you played, obviously green is your favorite, but if you had to choose another color that you haven't been, what would it be?
Well, I definitely think white's growing on me a little bit more. You know what I mean? I've been dressed up as the Green and the White Ranger, and you know, White Ranger. Yeah, pink on the weekends, man. Only Fridays from like 12 to 2 a.m. in Hollywood. That's just when the times were tough, but that no longer. I don't need to dress up.
West Hollywood? A little West Hollywood.
Thank you.
Thanks. I was gonna say something else, but they're not.
How you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Doing all right. My friends and I, we actually host a Geek Expo, and we just love doing this stuff. But my question to you is, I actually approached you earlier, and I asked you if you can call my brother, and you said come to the Q&A. So I'm just wondering if you
Dial
can.
him up real quick.
I'll dial him up.
I'm gonna crank call him though. So bring the phone up. Don't tell him I'm gonna call.
All right. You just want me to get him on the phone?
Yeah, just get him on the phone.
All right.
Bring it up here.
Yeah, bring it up.
Come on.
Fantastic.
He does. All right, Jimmy doesn't pick up. Let me see. I'm gonna put it on the speaker. Hey, Jimmy. What's going on, man? What you wearing? Nice. This Jason David Frank. I just wanted to call you. You're on the speaker in front of lots of people. Do you have a question? You thought it? This is Jason David Frank, Green Ranger. Do you have a question you want to ask in front of all these people? Like, what am I wearing? Just my helmet.
I don't know.
I just wanted to say hello to you, man. And anyway, thanks for being a fan. And hit me up on Facebook, okay? Here's your brother.
Hey, Jason. I had a Power Rangers question, of course.
Yeah.
Power Rangers has always been about like racial diversity and harmony and trying to incorporate as much as possible.
Racial?
Racial.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my Ohio accent showing. What do you think if they handled like people openly of different faiths or different sexualities? How do you think Power Rangers might handle something like that?
You know what, audience? How would they handle it?
Yeah, do you think it'd be something that they would ever look into incorporating into the show in the future?
You know what, I don't know, man. It's, you know, Saban, and the whole thing, even like with Dave and all that stuff, he's a great guy. All that stuff, publicity you hear about Dave Yost on TMZ, it's not true. Even I talked to him after that. You know, he's a great guy and all that stuff, and the show is what it is. It's a kid's show, and, you know, different characters grow up and be what they want to be and all that stuff, but no problem with anything. You know, but I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because if I was going to do the show, I would be doing lots of different things right now. But you know, I can't and I don't, and hopefully I'll get stuff going soon. That's kind of a generic, neutral question, right? Sure. Like, who do you want to vote for the president? And I'll be like, probably Zordon. What do you feel about Obama? I don't know. It depends how you know Zordon feels.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Hey, I saw your Facebook picture. You look so mean in it.
Dude, sometimes I don't always smile, you know.
Yeah, I know. You look all mean. You're like, see you today.
Well, you know, I was trying to be serious. You know, I was trying to get your attention, you know.
I'm serious too all the time.
But the picture was great. I actually got a lot of compliments, not only on your page, but mine as well. Oh, thanks, man. So, you know, I want to thank you for being all of our role models for 20 years. I started watching the show when I was 12, so I was a little bit older. My brother's a little bit younger, but I kind of stuck with it. And even in my adult life, you know, you can still be a role model to all of us. So I just want to say that. Definitely appreciate it.
Man. Thank you.
My question is, I want to know what, on the more difficult side of when you worked on the show, what were maybe a couple things that you found were maybe not physically difficult, but just acting difficult? Maybe you had to talk to something that wasn't there or interact with something that was odd. Like, what was the most difficult thing that you had to do?
I think when people think it's such a silly show, it's so easy to act silly. It's really
it's not.
Yeah, it's a lot harder when you gotta like, you know, look at like giant monsters and
Especially if they're not there.
Yeah,
Right?
and I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, I just got used to, you know, when I did the One Warrior movie, I worked with James Russo, and I don't really care because I'm probably not working with him again. I didn't really like working with him because whatever. He called me wrong name anyways. And in his contract, he had his own trailer, and we couldn't bring our trailer down to like the sand pit, so we had like 7 rooms. And I was like, I'll get in his trailer. They're like, it's unfortunate, that's Mr. Russo's trailer. It's in his contract. I said, don't worry, dude, I'll get in his trailer. Don't worry, I already know what to do. So I sat down on the steps, like in the sand, and I was changing, and I was like, oh man, it's really sandy. He was coming, you know, he's like, excuse me. And I'm like, oh man, it's really sandy. And he closed the door. I was like, dang it, that didn't work. Excuse me. But I'm used to talking to like nobody. Like when he would film, I've never seen an actor, and I thought, you know, you saw the puppet, right? People say I buy my friends, so what? I buy my friends. It doesn't matter. I paid $150 for the puppet. He's my friend. You know, on Facebook. Hey, how's it going? Hey, buddy, how are you? But anyway, when he filmed, it was weird because like I've worked with a lot of actors, but when the camera was on, like the whole crew had to duck and not make eye contact at all. So like everybody had to like duck and not make eye contact. So when I was acting with them, I said, can I just seriously, not to offend them, but I'd just rather talk to like Leaf or because I'm used to talking to nobodies or talking to green screens. It's a lot harder and stuff like that, but when I do talk to myself sometimes, it's a little strange. I don't care what people think though, because we're all like abnormal, so it doesn't matter.
That's right.
That's right. It's the best way to be.
See you in the costumes.
Oh yeah, the Green Ranger photo op is at 5:30 afterwards, so it's at the photo booth. So I'll definitely be there. Thank you.
First of all, just had a comment. Met David Yost last week. Fantastic guy in Cincinnati. And
He's a good dude. Like I was saying before, all this stuff on like, oh, you and David, you were mean to. I was in there. He was like a good friend of mine for the whole entire time.
And I just want to thank you because you are exactly what everybody wants their hero to be when they meet them. I've heard nothing but Ivy Doom. Katie was telling me how awesome you were last night. You guys went to dinner. What I want to ask, Rebecca mentioned that there was a movie in the works, and are you concerned that one of maybe Joe Johnson's last roles was as a sniper?
I'm concerned she don't email me back and her last role was a sniper. But it's okay because I got caught looking in her window the other day. Those charges totally dropped because I knew her. It was fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to work with her one day again. We talk about she wants me to do a film, I think next year, but it's hit or miss with people. Sometimes they talk to you, sometimes they don't. They disappear, stuff like that. So I'll look out for the sniper thing.
Watch out. Hey Jason.
How you doing, buddy?
Very good. I have 3 things for you.
Okay.
One, can I come up there and give you a hug?
I'm like prepared to do anything for my fans. Sorry to jump the gun. Green Ranger took his helmet off for that one. I got to see a little bit more clearly. Now the helmet goes back down.
But the second thing is, thank you for all the years of you being the Ranger.
Thank you.
You really did make my childhood the childhood to have.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man.
Thank you
so much. Thanks for wearing the Green Ranger t-shirt. Oh, I'm sorry, Spider-Man. Don't worry, I love Stan too. Don't worry about it. Thank you. I thought you were leaving. I was like, really? Wow, you're just busy.
All right, Mr. Frank, one thing I want to say is, I met you once before, and as he said, you are an awesome guy to me. You don't have a big head, you show true humility, true Christian effects. I want to say that now.
Thank you, buddy. And I can still fit in the helmet. I don't care. I smush the hair down. People are like, oh, I don't think you can fit your head in that helmet no more. I'm like, what? So I tried it. I mean, it's open a little bit. It's okay.
The beauty of
you guys see my
latex,
video
right?
too, like the rap videos that I was doing with the Green Ranger. That was so fun to film in Dragon Con. That was awesome. I was like, I just wanted the Green Ranger like, start from the bottom down here. And all like the girls crying. Check it out on my Facebook page. My Facebook page has a lot of stuff going on. I just filmed a video done with all the crowd shots, so I'll post that a little bit later too. So anyway.
But one thing I kind of noticed, this might have been a couple of months ago or so. I cannot remember, time kind of catches up with you at some point, but I saw you and Stanley in a buddy pose together, and I was thinking, have you and him ever talked about you being one of the heroes in his film?
No, Stan's talked to me. He likes me a lot. It's just one of the things where, so many different projects going on. When I meet these guys, I don't really talk about, even though I was a big Marvel comic fan, and Stan came to my booth and was like, this guy's the man. It was like, I was like, oh, thank you. And then he left and I had all these cameras. I'm like, someone tell me you got that on video or no? No, we got pictures. I'm like, oh, that would have been so cool for my Facebook. But we talk back there, man. I'd love to do something. You know what I mean? With Stanley, that'd be like an awesome ultimate dream. So.
Well, if you combine the best of both worlds, but
Well, I'm working on a film this year with Batson. I think they do great work, and we're talking to Aaron about doing a special before. We're still doing the Green Ranger stuff and pushing that, but in between, I'm gonna do like a superhero film. We got a lot of different concepts going on. I just want to get back there and act a little bit, but I want to continue, seeing the fans, and it takes a lot of time. People ask when I'm gonna fight again. I just want a good, interesting fight that's worth it. Like I know people talked about CM Punk. I wanted to spar Anderson Silva for a fundraiser. I just want to do something fun like that, you know? And I do things for fun. And I actually do this stuff for fun. And, you know, I'm sure you guys do too. I'm sure sitting in the Green Ranger helmet's fun too. Looks so serious. So serious. Thank you. I'm really glad you guys are wearing all the, you know, the different shirts to support, like Teenage Mutant Ninja shirt and stuff like that.
Hi, Jason.
How you doing, buddy?
First off, I just wanted to thank you. You actually were one of my inspirations for starting martial arts. I've followed martial arts ever since I could stand, pretty much.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to thank you. You're definitely an inspiration. And I was actually curious, how did you get your start with martial arts? Like, what was your first? Did you have an inspiration, or what was your?
It was funny because I saw this old lady. She's probably younger than me now, but when I was 4, I was like, that girl's so old. But she probably wasn't, you know, because when you're young, you think everyone's old. And so I saw this older lady doing karate at a karate school called Red Dragon Karate, which Chris Casamassa is my instructor, who actually played Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat movie. And so I started there, and it was kind of a Hollywood school. Everybody was involved in Hollywood except me, and I wanted to, and got involved, and I owned my first karate school at the age of 18. I remember I bought the first karate school, the one I trained at, when I was 4, I bought it. And I remember sitting there thinking it's not that easy running it, but I did have the feet on the table, like, yeah, I'm the big boss now, you know? And for a while, I was like, well, there's, I guess, a lot more to business than just putting your feet on the table and doing stuff. So I started learning doing that. But the role models for me were my instructors. I mean, Chris Casamassa was already like on Scorpion. He was already kind of a superhero. And I called him the other day, and I tell him a lot, like I always, you know, when you think of people and they don't think you think of them, it's like there's certain things I always think of my instructors or my Shion, but my Shion and Sensei, that was a 10th degree black belt, he was like my idol. Those guys were my idol. They taught me everything I know as far as business, and they taught me in business too, is you just treat people fair, and you don't need to cut throats in business to have a good business, but you need to have passion in what you do. Because if you're gonna just do karate and try to make money, you're out. And I was passionate about karate. I was teaching at the age of 12, fighting at the age of 12, and you know, I got in trouble a lot. My mom used to tell my instructor, and they used to throw me in sparring class. It just made me a better fighter anyway. And then, you know, and then in school, like the teacher's like, well, you need to write sentences like 1,000. I says, I will not talk in school. Just train me to sign autographs. You know, everybody was training. You know, my mom was like, you really act up a lot. I'm like, just became an actor since I act up all the time. Thank you. He's like, I'm out. Who's got the Wizard World exclusive t-shirts, the white and Green Ranger helmet? Do you have them here?
Yeah.
Yeah? They're pretty cool. Let me see one real quick. I'm gonna, next Wizard World, I'm gonna make one. Yeah, come up here real quick. I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna make one additional thing. You can come up here and model. Just take a step from there, turn around. Good job. And pose right there. Strike the pose. I'm gonna make one addition, not that it matters, but I'm gonna take this little gold thing, and I have ADD, so it like bothers me. I'm gonna take the little gold thing and put it across. That's all I want to tell you. Things like that, I gotta straighten up my nightstand at night. You know, like if something's crooked, whatever you call it. But I was like, and then I can't sleep without a clock. Yeah, but I need the clock to project on the ceiling. And everyone's like, why can't you sleep without a clock? It's simple, because when you wake up, I gotta know how much time I have to sleep. You ever woke up, you're like, oh, God, I have all this time to sleep, and the alarm clock 5 minutes later, I need to know, I need to go, oh yeah, I got 3 more hours, or I'm up in the middle of the night, let's post. You know what I mean? I need to know these things. Just something about me. I know, buddy. You do? Yeah. See, I need it. Who does that? Is it just me? Who does it? Let's take. Okay, all right, good. Sometimes I worry myself. Straighten up my spandex in the closet, and they'd be like, "What are you looking at, dude? What? What?" Anyway, go ahead.
All right, I first saw you in the Dino Thunder series. What got me hooked on that was the whole dinosaur theme.
It wasn't that I was a doctor.
Yeah.
I play one on TV. Yeah, I do. You know, I want to do that, dude. There's a doctor. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like, what did you do to my friend? Like, I don't know, dude. I'm just a doctor on TV.
And after I saw more of what you did, I loved the whole giant robot concept of Power Rangers. And what I wanted to know is, out of all the Power Rangers you have seen, what is your favorite Zord and or Megazord?
Well, obviously I like the Dragon Zord, but overall, like, you know, overall. outside of the Rangers that I, would want to be, because it's always like picking. I mean, I did like the White Dino Thunder Ranger, Jeff's Ranger. I like that. And he's actually, I haven't seen him in a long time. He's going to be at the Lexington Comic Con next year. Well, I'm excited to see those guys. The difference with the Dino Thunder cast is that when I started, they all were fans. See, when we started the show, it was all nothing. Like, we didn't know who Zordon was. And I thought I was playing the Green Forest Ranger. I didn't know. But when I went back, everybody's like, oh, Jason's coming to set, original Tommy. So I felt like Snoop Dogg of the rap, you know what I mean? I felt like the OG Ranger coming in. So the cast was definitely fun working with on Dino Thunder. And then going back for Super Mega Force next year was fun, seeing everybody. And I think the biggest thing was seeing everybody I saw 20 years ago. I haven't seen them. The same people that shot it, I haven't seen it in 18 years. So it just fell in right into the same thing. They're like, things hasn't changed with you, Jason. Quit goofing off, I shot behind the scenes because I'm shooting a reality show called My Morphin' Life, so I was the only camera crew. And yeah, it's gonna be good. And so I was getting all the shots, and they're like, can we roll yet? I'm like, not yet, man. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this shot. And cut. Go ahead, let's roll. And they let me do whatever I wanted to do, and everyone's like, hey, don't tell Jason. It was so awesome. Sometimes I gotta be in control.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. Too bad they didn't make the Green Ranger hat like that. Yeah. Well, now the Green Ranger's starting to become on the front of the other Rangers, like the little Francis, thanks. Thanks, Francis. My assistant there, thanks. She's got a phone call. Is it Zordon? Yeah, it's Gary. Francis, what are you wearing? No, I'm just kidding. Let's continue here. Sorry. It's okay.
Well, for the record, actually, your interpretation of the doctor wasn't that bad. I know a lot of doctors, so. Well, one of the guys actually took my question. It was about you and your martial arts background, and like a lot of other people have said, you inspired me mainly in martial arts, and apart from Jackie Chan, you're like the most entertaining guy I've seen in action, so, I just wanted to start flipping and tricking when I saw you.
Yeah. Tony Jaw's pretty awesome, too. You know Tony Jaw?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Tony Jaw's not
amazing.
When I went to Thailand, nobody likes Tony Jaw in Thailand. Really? I think it's all from jealousy. They say because it's like he doesn't give the Thai world a good name.
Interesting.
I think it's fun. It's like, I just want to say, let me see you run on people without a wire.
Yes. I mean, I know. Yeah, I think he can really, he's great.
He can do all that stuff.
Yeah, I think he's got a real good future in film. Yeah. But anyway, so I've got
get Tony Jaw over
here. That is you. So I've got another question. Now, from martial arts to acting to record breaking, it's well established that you're a man of many talents.
Thank you.
But what about, name one thing about yourself one interesting quality that people just from random wouldn't really know about you?
I would say that for me is I try to be a man of my word. I struggle with, I'm not the no person, I'm the yes person. And when I'm the yes person, it stresses me out because I don't want to let nobody down. My dad taught me one thing, because we didn't have a lot of money. I know lots of people are my age, like, oh, you grew up. I didn't grow up with no money. I grew up like everyone else. I grew up in a trailer with 5 acres, no electricity, no water, all that stuff. And my dad said no matter what about money, because I do this for the fans. Like, I just think everything follows the fans. You guys will definitely make me to who I am and all that stuff. But my dad said no matter what, you can never buy trust or your bond back or your word back. No matter how much money you have, if you're not trusted or you don't give them your word, and I have discipline, and martial arts gave me discipline. I'm booked solid. If you look at my Facebook, I'm over here, and people are like, how do you do it? But I have the ultimate control of my life, and I have ultimate control over my career, meaning that I can get lazy and tired, and when I'm sick, I can just cancel and be like, I'm not here. So many actors cancel. You see them cancel due to this, cancel. I would never cancel unless I was filming Megaforce and I couldn't show up to Puerto Rico. But I'm disciplined, and karate gave me discipline, so I think the quality with me is that I try not to let people down. I'm a man of my word, and I follow my discipline. Nobody's there to train me. I'm a personal coach to 1,000 people, but where are my personal coaches pushing me, saying, hey, you need to wake up in the morning, get up, work out. It's myself that does it. And it gets hard sometimes. But, and I trick myself in the morning. Today's gonna be a great day. And you guys think that you guys stalk me on Facebook. I actually stalk you all, because when I'm having a bad day, I'll look at it and read different posts and, stuff like that. I won't be looking through your windows like with Amy. You just never know me.
Thanks.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for asking the question.
That's a great question. Thank you.
was your favorite part about Power Rangers?
My favorite part about Power Rangers, on the show, being a superhero, you know, because like I told you at my karate school, my instructor was Scorpion. And I thought it was cool that he was a superhero. And being a kid, I can never grow up to think like I'm gonna actually be a superhero that's gonna last that long, you know what I mean? And to be a superhero, I think is the best part of it. And another best part of it is to, I guess, to reach out and complete people's dreams and or guide them through life, because you guys, no matter what, are all kids still to me. You know, I don't care like how you're like, oh, I used to watch you. It's like there's still a guidance, like whoever said about being a role model, there's still a guidance that we both use for myself and for you. When I say something up here, like you need to be disciplined and dedicated, and when you're having a bad day, that's because I am, and I try to relate it to you all so we could be on the same page. And I think that's why fans relate to me, because I don't hold myself up higher like a celebrity. I'm like everyone else. I think it's boring to be normal. Like I joke around with my little girls, like, Daddy, you need to grow up. I'm like, you need to grow up, you're 9. So I'm like, do you want me to be boring? Okay, so I'll sit at dinner. I'm like, Jenna, can you please pass me the salt and pepper? And she'll do it, and she'll be like, okay, that's boring, stop. And I'm like, Jenna, now don't talk like that at the table. It's like, I just can't act normal. But anyway, but the best part about being a superhero.
Oh, like when you was fighting your friends.
And beating up Goldar. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
And throwing the principal around in Dino Thunder. Fight with the principal. What was her name again? Huh? Yes. Isn't it Elsa? Or is it Elsa? Elsa.
Hey Jason, you're awesome.
Thank you, buddy. Like green and jetty. Looking good.
Just want to say, love Power Rangers through and through. I'm still a dedicated fan even to this day. I've also recently started watching the original Japanese Super Sentai shows that Power Rangers were based on. Everyone know those? Okay, and I also watched the one that Mighty Morphin was based off of, Zyuranger. Now, here's my question for you. Out of all the Japanese footage that was used for the 5-part Green with Evil episodes, what's your top 3 favorite Japanese scenes you had a voice for?
They didn't make it because I wanted to die. I was like, you know, it's so violent, man. Let's use this footage. They're like, sorry, we can't. It's a kid show. And then even when we used to ki, we were like, can you smile when we ki? I'm like, really? Because I was a real fighter coming into Hollywood. So when we watch it, they stopped us instantly from watching the original Japanese footage because it was just like cool. A little bit violent, a little bit, you know, and we'd be like, oh, I wish I could do that. Like, in fact, I wish I can, like, kick people in the head. Watch the show, we can't have no head contact. The Rangers can, but not out of costume. We never hit no one in the head. Does anyone know that? We just don't hit people in the head. And it kind of stinks. And then I had a smile, and then I would really punch the stunt guys in the first season. And they're like, this is Hollywood, man, so I had to learn Hollywood Kung Fu. Then I was like, I can do that because Rita's like, ah, you Power Ranger!
Thank you.
So the new Japanese footage, though, the original MMPR people are coming back, I heard. For the next season, or what? Not next season, Super Mega, what they're filming now in Japan. I saw a link on it. And then they're having the original guys, the original Japanese guys play that role. I do want to meet the OG Green Ranger from Japan. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make that happen. But I don't know how.
You definitely should.
Happen. I want to. I want to take a photo shoot with them. Hold our dragon daggers. And the helmets. Yeah, of course.
What's up, Jason?
What's up?
Okay, the lady next to you said you're a very great storyteller. So, what is the funniest story about on this set of Power Rangers that you have?
Funniest, man, I have so many different stories. I don't know, the one I always talk about was this offset, because I thought it was funny about with, because they give us like per diem, like, you know, money to spend or whatever, and they give us a lot on the movie. They like give us like $500. It was like, I mean, what am I mean, do you want me to like get driven towards drugs and other stuff? I mean, what do we need $500 for, you know? So I gambled, you know, it was like a casino, so I was like, I'll just go there. And then Dave had, I lost all my money because I was like, this, that. And then, so Dave had like about 400 left, and he was, I already know roulette. If you watch roulette, you just gotta time it. So when the ball rolls, they'll say no more bets. You know what I mean? Like, so I just timed it and I'll just watch the ball. And then I saw Dave and I was like just stalking. The ball was gonna roll and I took his 400, said black. And then he's like, hey, no more bets. And then it was like black. And then he was like, what? And I took the money and I took 400, gave him his 400, said, thanks. And then I rolled out. What if we lost? I'm like, it's your money, dude. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Cool. No more thanks.
When they destroyed the whole set on the movie, though, that sucked or stank or whatever. Because we built that whole awesome set and we filmed one day and they just destroyed it. It was crazy. And you know actually Disney destroys Zords and everything from Dino Thunder in every season. They destroy it all. So when they wanted to get stuff back for the season on Megaforce, how are you going to get stuff back? All of it was destroyed. They just destroyed it. They should put it like in the Power Ranger Museum or something. You know, that would have been cool.
There needs to be one of those.
Yeah, they didn't though. Just destroyed it. Nice shirt. Thanks for making me the shirt. He made me a Dino Thunder black t-shirt.
Actually, my girlfriend's the one that made the shirt.
Oh, your girlfriend made it?
Yeah.
You told me earlier, remember when I saw you by yourself, you said you made it? Yeah, no, I remember. Thank you.
All right. Well, first, I have two questions. First one, how comfortable were the helmets when you had to wear them on set?
I was probably the only Ranger, honestly, that was in helmet head. Because I just thought about that the other day. Because the Green Ranger, we ran out of footage. And so we ran out of Japanese footage. So me fighting Jason in the Dark Dimension was really me. You see, that's first season when they allowed us to do whatever we wanted to do. It wasn't that they allowed us. It was just like, yeah, can you do this? And sure. I was like, can I do it? Can I do it? And I was like that through the whole season. And then after a while, it was like, nah, stunt double, helmet heads, just for production-wise. Because they would shoot over here in helmet heads, and they would go over here and shoot out of costume. So they just saved the time. But I was probably the only one in the helmets. And they came from Japan, so they smelled like sushi and everything. But I mean, nothing against it. It smelled good sometimes. But they're used, you know what I mean? So we had like put a used helmet on. Oh, don't act like you guys don't do that. You guys are like, oh, but you guys wear your underwear 2 times a week, whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
The second question is,
I'll be serious.
All the lessons that Power Rangers has taught everyone, what's the one that you kept to heart the most?
Oh, when I told you, man, we had to do public service announcements. We had to do public service announcements. Like the cigarettes have to add the pictures and the, hey, this could kill you, and people still buy it. We had to do it. But it's funny because everything I've done on the show came from my martial arts training through Red Dragon. Codes of the Dragon, the brotherhood, dedication, respect, cooperation, discipline, confidence, attitude, and self-respect. What are they? Oh, what I just said. Very good. And then, you know, the
cooperation, discipline, confidence, attitude, self-respect.
Very good, man. Good job. So we had to do the public service announcements and stuff, and I was a martial artist and I owned schools, and I was so tired of hearing people say, that's so violent, that's so violent. So my thing was, when I did interviews, they're like, so do you think karate's violent? And the producers would always watch me and I'd say, yeah, I think so. And I'd stop. The dramatic reality pause. And like producers would be like, no, it says if you don't educate your kids on what karate's all about. Because if you don't educate kids, it's going to be violent. But if you think your kids are running around punching, kicking, and blocking, get them involved in a martial arts program. You know, and so I think the best thing for me was just doing public service announcements and reaching out to the kids and talking to, you try to promote a message, but it's just hard to promote the message when we used to interview in character, so the kids, all you all used to think we're like completely real until kids were saying, where were you in the Oklahoma bombing? What happened to this? And so I told Saban, you better start using my real name because I'm not going to let these kids down and think that we're real. And so if you look at the fan club, it was all Tommy, it didn't say Jason Frank. And so we had to interview in character for the longest time until they got smart about it and said, oh yeah, we better do that. You know what I mean? So anyway, that was probably my best, if I answered your question.
Thank you.
Thanks for the shirt, man. I remember taking a picture with you, Miss Pink Ranger. Hello. You can say it, just shout into the microphone. You can say it. Look good.
She doesn't have a question. She just wants to let you know she's the Pink Power Ranger.
You are the Pink Power Ranger. We'll give you a big Hey, I was watching the, not that I do watch, but it's pretty harsh, like how many times like we let kids down on the show. Like, you know, when like Kimberly broke up with me and it's like, I found another man. Like, I didn't know that, dude, I didn't know all that stuff was said. Like, I saw it was on YouTube and it said the letter to Kimberly or whatever. And yeah, and it was like, Tommy, I found someone else. It's like dramatic for little kids, dude. All little kids are like, I hate women. One relationship. Oh my gosh, that was dramatic. And then I got tatted up and started drinking. Yes?
What inspired you to be the Green Ranger?
What inspired me to be the Green Ranger? I just wanted to help the world out. I wanted to be a superhero and I wanted to be a good role model for people, and it just inspired me. I guess you all inspired me to keep being the Green Ranger that I am. Thank you. Another t-shirt.
I had to buy it. Two-parter question. First,
I think it's funny when people are like, take my money. It's like a new, like, yeah, funny.
Well, my first question is, during the season of Zeo, why did you guys have Austin St. John come back?
Don't ask me, dude. My brother was supposed to be the Gold Ranger, so I wasn't happy about that decision. I mean, you know, as much as, you know, Austin left the show on bad terms, and like to return was like really weird and awkward. All that stuff was weird and awkward, but I wanted my brother to be the Gold Ranger, but my brother like turned Hollywood like 5 episodes later, and I was like, all right, well, it looks like you're going to a peace conference.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Well, on behalf of growing up watching Power Rangers, let's give it up for Jason David Frank. Thank you. My question would be, why did you end up leaving during Turbo and not going the rest of the way?
Well, in a nutshell, like the other actors, you know, that I got, and by the way, Catherine, the Pink Ranger's mom, passed away, so if you can send your love or your prayers on Facebook, she's such a great girl, she embraces who she is. But when it was on Turbo, a lot of these guys never met Shuki or Hein, and I have. I mean, I was like whining and dying, we're gonna make you a big star, so they never really met them. And a lot of actors were like, hey, we never met these guys, you know, and they're owners. And when you start something, you put all your energy into it and you're there, and then when it starts rolling and making money, everyone else starts taking over, and then the franchise is just kind of self-run, and it's not like on hands anymore. You don't have that eagerness of trying to make something because it's made. So I went in to kind of tell them that I like you to go in and pat people on the back. I mean, that's all you need. Like, sometimes this goes further than money. Hey, you guys are doing a good job. You need to meet these people because the actors have never met you, and I have, and then it just turned to a conversation of, I'll just pay you money, I don't need to go in type of thing, and I was like, I'm out. I mean, you're not gonna just pay me money. I mean, a little bit more than that, and it was just that time to kind of move. I think everything happens for reasons, you know what I mean? And then it just, I guess, 6 days a week to 14 to 16 hour days is just long. It was just, you know, we worked super hard, and I'm a hard worker anyway. Don't think I did not set lights. I didn't learn camera angles. I didn't run the camera. When I'm at a con, I'll be like, hey, can I help set up? Hey, can I do this? I want to learn everything there is about business, and I learned everything. So when I wasn't acting, I was like trying to learn behind the scenes and stuff like that. Because maybe it's my ADD, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you can't just sit me in a room and be like, hey, just sit here and I'll call you when we get your shot done, because like I'm like sitting in a room, you know? It's like, yeah, so I can't do that. Someone said, you want to go hunting? And I was like, oh, deer hunting? I'm not too sure, because like Jenna gets mad, she'll think I shot Bambi and stuff. And I was like, I might go and hang out, and they're like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get like one of those sheds or like the whatever, little hut, and then we sit there for like 5 hours and we just wait for the deers. I'm like, can we talk? They're like, oh no. I was like, what? That's torture, dude. like with a Red Bull and a thing, like, hey, shh. Anyway, that's the reason.
Thank you.
A couple more questions, and I know I'm gonna try to. I promised a few people I'm gonna try to head to the table before we do the photo op. Kind of limited time. I know, big sign. The costume contest is tonight. I know Jared, the host, is not here on this one, and he's such a big positive influence on Wizard World, and he's such a great guy and a friend of mine, so he's not at the costume contest. So I'm gonna go in there and help him out a little bit, like always. But if you all want to dress up, it doesn't matter if you did not make your costume or whatever. Just go in there, and it's graded on, you know, if you're staying in character, and it's really all for fun. And if you are at the costume contest tonight, we clap for everybody, because it takes a lot of guts to go up there, and it would just keep the energy going, you know. So I forgot why I even said that. Oh, I'll be back at my table in a little bit, and then I'll do the photo op at 5:30, and then I'll be back for just a small bit at the table. But the shirts you can get at the booth. That's the reason why I put them at the booth, is so you can just get them whenever you want, instead of like waiting which table and all that stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead.
Yeah, just one last question. Sorry, I'll make it quick.
There's two people behind you though, dude. So 3 more last questions, and then I got the Joker in the back.
Okay, now you had to wear the foam shield during Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I see that in Megaforce that you actually look like you have the legit looking one, not one of the squishy foam. How'd that feel?
It was good. The material was different, but when I went back to Megaforce, there's just a lot of things wrong with the costumes. And
the white streak.
Yeah, I was trying to tell them the belt buckles are on. They're like, "What's wrong with you?" Usually when you shoot, you just shoot. I'm like, "What's wrong with me is that when it was 20 years ago, kids didn't really know." So I'd be like, "Let's shoot, who cares?" Kids aren't gonna know. Now they're all grown up and I have to be asked over and over, "Why'd you wear the silver belt buckle? Why the silver helmet?" I said, you don't need to be questioned that. He's like, "Just tell them you have a lot of different things in your closet and you're getting stuff out." I'm like, "Okay, well, how'd the Green Ranger return anyway?" It's like, just y'all watch the episode and go from there. I don't know. Yeah, Zordon. Didn't Zordon die?
Yeah. In space.
He you know what happened to him? He drowned. He fell out of the bubble and he has no arms and legs.
Thank you, Mr. Jason.
All right, thank you. Talk about bobblehead.
I had a quick question in regards to being a martial artist and in MMA. What do you think about now women being in the MMA?
Women being in the MMA, I don't mind. You know, my wife fights. She fought in Thailand, and a lot of guys like it or they don't like it because the girls get all bloody and stuff. But I think it's a neutral world here. You know, girls should be able to do whatever they want to do. Guys can do whatever they want to do. They shouldn't be stereotyped to be like, well, this is a guy sport, because Cyborg and all the other women can probably beat half the guys up in this room. She's huge. Like, I saw her, and she's huge, and her legs are huge and everything. And she was looking. I was like, no, I wasn't looking at your butt. I was just looking at your legs. And they were like huge. But I think it's an equal sport. The girls should do what they want to do. If they don't like it, then you shouldn't. Which brings up a point when I was doing the interview in Canada. I had a girl ask why we're chauvinist, right? Because they would send me in like all the hard interviews. They'd be like, listen, Jason, because I know how to deal with it. So the girl was like, how do you feel? Like, and I'm not too sure about the numbers, so don't quote me or don't count this, but just reference. She's like, how do you feel? The girls like punched like 323 times in the Power Ranger movie, and the guys punched like 600 and something times. How do you feel? Like, are you guys chauvinists? And I was like, no, I mean, 300 punches is a lot, you know? And so girls should be able to do whatever they want. Last question. Is that a mask, or are you painted? Or are you just gonna be creepy? I got you.
That's my face.
That'd be pretty awesome. Actually, I do like the Joker, but I would have to probably pick the Wolverine because it would win. But what would you say, Wolverine versus the Joker? Who would win? Wolverine! Good thing my little girl's not here. What is that underneath there? Jenna would be crying. You know, so real quick before we leave there, two things that I feared when I was a kid was the hot air balloon. I don't know why. I felt like I was going to die in a hot air balloon. I don't know. It's just hot air balloons are super creepy. And then clowns. I hate clowns because the movie It ruined it for me.
But yeah, guys, that was Comic-Con today, and here I am being all glasses free for you. I'm actually we ran out of battery there at the end, so I didn't get a couple of shots that I really wanted to. But Jason David Frank was awesome, and I mean, just blew me away how awesome he was, and really seems to care about his fan base. Very, very nice, and very, very cool guy, very personable guy. He at the end of the panel, he actually got up and he did the morphin time. He did the whole stance and everything, and it's fantastic. I wish I could have gotten it for you guys, but I didn't. But yeah, lots of fun. I really enjoyed everything about it. I really enjoyed hanging out with my friends. We ended up staying for Sean Astin was there. He did a panel as well, and honestly, I'm not like a super fan of his, but it was still a lot of fun to go. And I know my friend Jeremy is a huge fan of his. Yeah, so we went to see that. Ended up staying until like 7-ish, and then leaving, and got down here again by, I don't know, around 8:45, 9-ish, and got some dinner, and now I'm home and getting ready to actually turn in, because being on your feet so long, it really takes it out of you. But yeah, that was it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the footage I got for you, and I apologize for missing the footage I didn't get for you. And hopefully I will learn from this experience and learn to take better video events for future events, and I can do this again next year, or at, you know, another event that I may end up going to at some point. I don't know what that would be, but, you know, something. And yeah, so this is Saturday right now. I'm gonna get this up. I'm gonna try to get this up Sunday. We got a lot of footage to edit together, and I hope you guys see it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. These are really, as I said before, that's really what this is about. It's really about bringing stuff to you guys that I think you'll enjoy. And like I said the other day, I've got some reviews coming up. I actually picked up a figure today that I want to review. Not a character I know a whole lot about, but one whose design I just absolutely love. And yeah, I spent way too much money today. But that's Comic-Con, I guess. Yeah, I will talk to you guys later.